I'm going to introduce the MC for the panel, and then he's going to take it from there. Lyle Davidson is serving as our chair of the Technology Committee with the Kansas Association of Insurance Agents and is on our board of directors. He's from the Davidson Agency in Delphus, Kansas. He operates 5 branch locations in north central Kansas, and prior to the insurance industry, Lyle was a teacher and head football coach for 6 years. So you have a lot of patience, right?
Yeah.
Lyle has served on the KAIA Board of Directors since 2009. He was a Trusted Choice Committee Chairman from 2010 to 2011 and now serves as a Technology Chairman. Please help me welcome Lyle Davidson.
We appreciate all of you coming. With the first time we're doing this, we look forward to your questions. We're going to start by asking some questions of the panel, and then if you want to, we have put pads and pens on the table. If you would like to write questions, we will take some of those, and we will also take verbal questions. So after we start with some questions, we would like to have this be very interactive. Please, if you have questions, raise your hand, interrupt. We have these people here to answer and to work with us. So I'm going to go through the panelists here, and we're very pleased with the group we have and very knowledgeable. And so as you have questions, again, please do ask. Starting with our esteemed president here, Mr. Mark Lowry. Mark is, as president of the association, he is a partner with his father in a group of agencies. He graduated from Kansas State University with a degree in journalism and got licensed in 1993. Mark has been very active with the association and has served on numerous committees and boards with KAIA and in his community of Stockton, Kansas. So thank you, Mark. Gary Lawrence. Gary's with Allied Insurance. He began his insurance career as a producer in a small rural agency just outside of Des Moines in 1977. During the next 9 years, he took over managing the operations and quadrupled the size of the agency. In 1987, Gary joined Allied Insurance as a territory marketing rep responsible for the state of Utah. In 1994, he was named territory marketing manager for the states of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Tennessee. Since 1996, Gary has been responsible for the development of the Allied Agency Automation System and has been closely involved with the development and continued advancement of the Agent Center and real-time applications. I met Gary at the ACT conference last year in Tampa. They have since received an award from Applied for company automation, and they do a great job, and we're excited to have Gary here. Next to Gary is Michelle Erpelding. Michelle is with S&D Design out of Manhattan, Kansas, correct? Manhattan?
Well, S&N Design.
Okay. Oh, S&N, thank you. Michelle's been part of S&N since 2008 as a graphic designer, joining the team full-time in 2009. Michelle earned her Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design from Kansas State, another K-State. Man.
Yeah.
We should have a purple banner down the front here. Where she was highly involved in student organizations, including a year as president of the Kansas State student chapter of AIGA, the professional organization for design. Her expertise in the area of website development and social media identity has enhanced the online presence of S&N Design's clients in a variety of business sectors. S&N Design is a multidisciplinary creative firm specializing in brand identity, print communications, web design, interactive and environmental graphics. And we appreciate Michelle serving. John Sprague. Many of you know John. John's with EMC. John Sprague graduated from Emporia State University with a Bachelor in Business Administration and has an Associate in Writing, Underwriting, and Chartered Property Casualty Underwriter designation, CPCU for short, right? And has been with EMC since 1988. He has been in the marketing department since 1992 and is currently marketing manager for EMC's largest commercial branch, second largest overall branch, where he oversees marketing for the states of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. And John is serving on our tech committee. And we've enjoyed working with John, and he has great ideas, so looking forward to having him here today. And at the end, but not last, Doug Kulis with Applied. Doug is a sales consultant with Applied Systems for Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana. Previously, Doug was with the Xerox Corporation for 8 years as a national account representative specializing in document management software and office productivity. So thank you, Doug. Give a round of applause for the panel. We appreciate it. So we try to get a wide variety of people here. We've got vendors, we've got company people, and we've got agents. So we're going to try to answer a wide variety of questions. I'm just going to start by throwing each one of them a question, have them start with some thoughts, and then hopefully that'll generate some questions. First of all, we'll start with Mark with an agent question. There's so much technology out there. As agents, how do we determine what's most important and what we should try to utilize? There's so much things, you can't utilize everything that's out there. How would you prioritize what you and your staff can use?
That's not the question you told me you were going to ask. He's already changed the question.
It changed since last night, right?
Wait a minute. I don't remember. The first thing that I'd recommend is you as owners or managers have to buy in, and you have to be the one to drive it. But I would recommend that everyone has an agency management system, just to increase the efficiencies in your office and be able to utilize your staff better, And there's all types and sizes and varieties. I mean, there's the big ones and there's the small ones. And so somewhere out there is a management system that'll fit you. You might just have to search around or ask other agents what they use and how they like it. But I would recommend that everyone have an agency management system. After that, there's a lot of things you can do in your office to gain more efficiencies. If you've never experienced dual monitors on a desktop, they're a tremendous advantage. Your staff will really enjoy and love dual monitors. All of my staff have dual monitors, and they don't like working at a computer that doesn't anymore. So, and even at the association office, most of the association office, what do they have, 2 or 3? Jill? Each station has, most staff at the association office has 3 monitors, and it really increases their productivity. Another thing we have in our office is we use desktop scanners. We scan at the desktop, and so we have Fujitsu Snap scanners at each desktop, and we scan everything and attach it into the agency management system, and we found that that's been a tremendous asset. So, yeah. And I can take questions later about different things.
And I would second what Mark says. We've got very much the same setup with the same agency management system, the dual monitors, the scanning. I know Mark does a lot with his website and specifically Facebook. So those are, you have to isolate certain things that you're going to work on because there's just too much to do it all, but those are very good ideas. So, let's move on, and then we'll come back with questions from the audience. Gary Lawrence and John Sprague. Questions for some company guys here. What can agents do to better utilize what you as companies have put out there? Real time, your company download, tools that you have available that agents maybe aren't using, or what can they do to utilize those tools better?
Take that first, I'll go. By the way, I'll also tell you that I am a graduate of Emporia State, so I don't know.
Really?
As John is a graduate of Emporia State, and so the two company guys have a little bit in common. That, and I guess both of our home offices are in Des Moines. How can you take advantage of it? I think what I see a lot happening out there is agencies will maybe try something when it's in its infancy, and if they have any kind of a less than stellar experience with it, they'll sometimes just throw it, put it on the back shelf and never use it again. And I know that's part of the challenge we have right now with real time. It's been around long enough that agencies that tried it 3 or 4 years ago, when it was having startup issues, have neglected to go back and try it again. I talk almost weekly with agents that are in that boat. So I think from my perspective, it's just you've got to keep trying it. Understand what it is your carriers offer you or what your agency management systems offers you. Determine what your agency is capable of, and then just keep using it. Again, it sounds simple, but that's it in a nutshell. Know what you've got and use it.
Thank you, Gary. John?
Out for the test to see if I can operate the microphone.
Can you hear me now? Great. Well, I think Gary hits the nail on the head, sort of blend what Mark started out with Gary. Of course, as company folks, our goal has always been high utilization as possible, and company guys like 100% utilization. We've still got a long ways to go, but I think it's very easy to, as Gary alluded to, you try things that are new. You got to realize they're new. They're not going to be perfect. We try to test them. I know at EMC, and I'm sure Allied does it too, to try to get the bugs worked out. But the more people you get doing things hands-on, working into workflows, you're going to find different desires. So you guys have got to use it. To piggyback off of what Mark said, I always tell agents, if you're going to invest in an agency management system, why wouldn't you want to get every cent out of that investment? And sort of our method and our madness at EMC is, as long as I've been in marketing, and still today you hear, companies are in love with their websites, we hate them. We don't like having to go into websites, but yet go into agency after agency after agency, talk about real-time technology, like, well, it's just easier to enter the password. We've got to get our numbers up so we can keep giving you more things. I would applaud Allied and us, and I think maybe Frankenmuth announced they're doing it too, is using password synchronization right now. Probably everybody in this room, the age-old complaint that we've all heard is, how am I supposed to keep all these passwords straight? We all know how you do it. There's that nice long list of Post-it notes at everybody's desk, which definitely isn't very secure if you have a disgruntled employee, but we've got password synchronization. Granted, I don't know how long ago you guys came out with it, Gary. I think we rolled it out in November. Obviously talked to a lot of agents this week, and every one of them, with one exception, I didn't give one agent credit, and I've asked, are you using the password synchronization? No, tell me about that. What's that do for me? And that is a huge deal. It's really going to help you use the real time much more efficiently. And if you haven't used it, I always tell you, start with inquiry scripts. That's the easiest thing. Getting billing inquiries, claims inquiries, get your agency management system tweaked up where it's making the diary entries for you. Great E&O prevention tool that's very easy to use. Start simple, baby steps.
Thank you. We'll get a question in here from Michelle. Again, try to get one to everybody here, and then we'll take some questions from the audience. Michelle, for agents that don't have a web presence, don't have anything, no website, where should they start? What should they expect for startup costs? Where should they start to try to build something functional for them that can help them make money in insurance sales?
Well, website startup costs, they can vary greatly. The way our business works is that we do everything based on a time standard that we charge. So basically, if you don't have a web presence, I would strongly encourage that you do get one, because it's the very first, look at what a client will see when they visit you on the web. I think it's a great way to reach out to clients. They can submit information to you that they might not otherwise be able to do so quickly, such as reporting a claim or getting a quote. Startup costs, as I said, it does vary greatly, but you could see if your information is very organized, it can come together pretty quickly, and you might be looking somewhere in the ballpark of $2,000.